What's up, everybody? The Keeper's Corner here. Just going to cover a few more things real quick. One thing I want to touch on that a lot of people don't seem to know is as you upgrade your feast hall, your reward scaling for your daily tasks goes up to the point that at your max food hall level, you get 25,000 gold for the daily tasks that require you to win hero battles and tower attacks. So I personally haven't leveled my feast hall up too much because it is a pretty big gold sink, and as you see up here, I don't really need much meat. Um, but that being said, we always want to get our feasts every day. The portal stones definitely add up. The gold portal stones are going to be the number one source of free gold stones available to us, and the gold and the mason points, even though it isn't that much, definitely adds up every day. So whenever you get in the game, make sure you do all your feasts, and keep in mind that the higher your feast level, the more rewards you're going to get from your daily tasks. That being said, at 75k, 200k, those are pretty big gold sinks, so upgrade it when you're ready. I definitely suggest checking out the crafting guide and the crafting progression and whatnot. Choose what you want to craft, how much it's going to cost you, and do the math on what you're going to need to get where you want to be before you go dumping 300,000 gold into your feast hall, because gold is even more difficult to obtain now that they've capped the sell price on items. And of course, every day we want to go in and check out our emerald chests. We did cover that a little bit in another video about our food costs while farming emerald chests, like this guy here in level 6. You only ever want to go after these with single heroes. The food costs have actually been adjusted, it looks like. So that's cool to discourage that single hero farming, but there's something we can still do here, which is take a lower level hero. And nope, that's fine as well, so that's interesting. It makes me wonder, however, if we could go maybe... Yep, we can go with a level 1 hero. What are you talking about? That's a level 1 hero! But the Berserker here's got his whole own tree of crafting weapons. I sold all his crap, so I'm gonna make something for him real quick. And me and some other folks had a discussion about it recently. It is kind of silly that the Berserker has such a large crafting tree for just himself, but with the recent changes, one thing to note down here is this volcanic axe he has looks like a pretty nice weapon. So for whatever reason you are using your Berserker, you're getting down into his research trees, definitely check out the volcanic axe. The element on it seems to make it a lot more appealing than his epic. Unfortunately, I don't have the information for his epic available to me on here right now. But even though he's level 1, if we go ahead and throw some higher level gear on him, he shouldn't have a problem tearing through this level 6 stage. Maybe we'll give him a buddy, we'll see. I personally haven't done this before. But as I've said before, if you can save food, do it. Over time, 10, 20, 30 food is going to add up into the thousands, and it's definitely going to translate into a lot of the resources that you're going to need. Then yeah, it doesn't seem to be too much of an issue. I mean, once you get past 10, 15, it's probably going to be tough to do these by solo heroes that are still level 1. Then definitely, you want to throw some armor on them. If you've got like a plate wearer or something, or an AoE guy sitting at level 1, that might help you as well. Unfortunately, I leveled up most of my heroes for guide purposes and things like that. But overall, the Berserker seems like he's going to be a pretty viable character with the right equipment and in the right situations. Howl, Fatiguing Strike, things like that are really valuable skills. The slow on Fatiguing Strike seems to be super powerful in PvE. I haven't checked him out at all in PvP. As you see, mine's level 1. But I'm going to get on top of that soon and do a little feature on him and see what he's capable of. And you'll see in the news and events panel now it shows the aesthetic skins for heroes, which are all really cool looking. They're definitely worth checking out. One thing we didn't cover before about the update is there are new hero packs in the store. Before, there would only be one hero pack with a pretty high chance for it to be common or uncommon. I'm 2 days into my shop now, and you know what, I'll go ahead and refresh it here. And as you can see, there's always a rare or higher hero, and I think I might actually buy this shaman pack. If you're willing to spend the money, these packs are the way you're going to get your heroes to 6 and 7 stars early. I'm sure a lot of you guys know Jim Wren. He's one of the power hitters from the up-and-coming players in the global launch, and it's because he has a legion of 7-star heroes that he leveled up this way. The problem is, with the way he did it, you have to dump thousands and thousands and thousands of gems into refreshing this shop to get the same heroes over and over. So now that there's 2 packs and one guaranteed rare or higher, that's going to hugely alleviate that gem cost. And you really can get a 6 or 7 star hero for 150, 200 bucks. Which is a little extreme for some people, but if you want to be on top, sometimes that's what you got to do. Check out our heroic missions from yesterday, and I'm sure some of you have seen me do this before, but I have a tendency to always speed up heroic missions and waste gems. I wouldn't follow suit with me on that. I've been dedicating all my heroic missions to the Cavalier and the Templar. The Cavalier hit 4 stars a while back, so I'm working on his 5th star. The Templar is going a little slower because I shifted focus on that Cavalier a bit. I know he isn't exactly a powerhouse hero, but I personally expect him to get changed throughout the course of this game. And even if he doesn't, he has some pretty good value. His physical buff, passive, and a few other things are really going to help you out in towers, PvE, and in defending your tower. His victory or death can turn bombards into just an absolute group of death machines. But we're going to go ahead here and maybe try a tower attack with our double healer setup. You can see I don't have the strongest healers in the world. I went a long time with such a powerful offense, I didn't really need a defense, so I really neglected my druid particularly. A lot of you guys have much better healers than me. So going into a tower with this setup here, with a heavy taunting tank in the front, I mean, I usually am going to suggest the knight for the most part. 2 healers and a Rod of Ruin Archmage. You can usually take out 3 bombards, so long as they're not in the 50 range. With the changes, you might even be able to do 3. 4 bombards and a buffer or something like that is going to be tough with this team until you get some better gear, get a little bit further up. And other than that, it's a little slower, but the rewards in these towers are phenomenal. You get anywhere from 1 to 3 random loot drops, depending on whether you win or lose and how many floors the tower you defeated is. You can get up to 2,000 gold, maybe a little bit higher depending on your level. So yeah, I mean, even with the items capped at 1,000 gold apiece, if you get 3 loot drops that are all saleable and 2,000 gold, basically 5,000 gold per tower run. So, I mean, that's a pretty respectable rate of earning, and, you know, you get a fair amount of experience, you get skill scrolls, you get a lot of other things that are going to help you out. So, if you can go at least 50-50 in your towers, I definitely recommend hitting as many towers as you can, using gem refreshes, things like that. Are always going to net you a higher spot on the leaderboards, as well as better rewards in your weeklies and things like that. But a better instant return on your rewards for completing these. You'll notice I always put the katana on my knight over the Vorpal sword, or the whatever the red one is. I can't think of the name for it. That's because of the poison resistance. The knight, despite how tanky he can get, he always takes a big hit from poison resistance. It's also, or from poison damage. It's also something I noticed with the wizard on the 31st floor of the wizard tower. It takes almost full damage from poison. So if you're bringing your ninja in there, poison smoke bomb is really good. I didn't try the Archmage because his poison cloud is such a low cycle speed, but it looks like poison abilities are really going to do some damage against that guy. As you get further up in your towers, you know, a lot of people worry about bombards. You definitely have to worry about the black-fist evokers as well. Those are the, what people call the cow guys with the Cloud of Weakness. If you get two of those, some 3 tanks in front and an Archmage, that can be a huge damage output. So you got to be really careful with those ones. Anytime you face a Cavalier and you're using your Archmage, wait until he pops his Victory or Death before you send your Meteor Swarm. You're going to get a lot more damage after they reduce their own defense. And the thing with using the Cavalier is he's going to keep doing it. So with anything other than Bombards, I really wouldn't suggest using him. You do get a huge bonus to attack after, well, I mean, 1,500 to 2,000. But everybody becomes one-shottable. So unless you're using Bombards that can one-shot in return, it's really not worth it. But as you can see, the rewards for that one are pretty meager because you had those empty floors there. So, I mean, you can also face a 5-floor tower. If they've only got 1 hero in each floor or level 1 heroes across the board, the rewards are going to be pretty low. But that's it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and have a good one.